friend, I'm glad you're here. Today, we're journeying back to the very first garden. It was a place full of beauty, full of life, full of stories about God. This is where it all began, remember? This is the story of Adam and Eve in the garden. So snuggle up, take a deep breath, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Let's begin. In the very beginning, long ago, after God created the world, He made a special place. God planted a garden. It was called Eden. In the Garden of Eden, everything grew just as it should. Trees stood tall and strong. Flowers filled the air with sweet smells. Rivers flowed gently through the land, bringing life wherever they went. Fruit hung heavy on the branches, ready to be enjoyed. Animals played in the tall grass. Fish jumped in the clear water. The Garden of Eden was a paradise reflecting its good Creator's heart. And in this oasis was where God placed His friend, Adam. Adam was made in God's image, made to know God, made to walk with God, made to worship Him, made to care for everything God had created. Adam was important in God's plan. Creator God made Adam a creator too. God invited Adam to join Him and care for the garden, to tend it, protect it, and help it grow. Adam was not placed there to be lazy, but to be a good caretaker of everything God had made. Work was not a bad thing, but a gift from the Creator to Adam, filling his days with rhythm and beauty. Adam was made to be just like the Creator, just as we still have to take care of God's creation today. But God also gave Adam another special task. He brought every animal to Adam. The birds of the sky, the animals of the land, all the creatures that crawled and climbed. And Adam had to name each one. As each animal passed by, Adam watched them carefully. He noticed their shapes, their sounds, their ways, and with wisdom given by God, He gave each one a name. He named the strong, brave lion, the towering tall giraffe, the happy hopping rabbit, and the tiny buzzing bee. He named the funny pecking chicken, the slow gentle sloth, the large loud elephant, and the hard-working small ant. But as Adam worked and named each animal, as he walked and explored, God noticed something about Adam. See, God pays attention to what our hearts need. All of the animals came in pairs, but Adam had no one like him. So, the Creator God decided to make a helper for Adam, not the same, but made for one another, made to help each other, made to care for one another. Do you still remember how God caused Adam to fall into a deep sleep. He created the woman from Adam's side. She was part of him. When Adam woke up and saw her, he smiled. Finally, there was someone just like him. Then he said, "You are bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh." So Adam called her woman. Adam showed her all his favorite parts of the garden. They walked beneath the towering trees. They listened to the rushing rivers. God gave them everything they needed. He was so good to Adam and the woman. Like a good father, God also wanted to keep them safe. He said, "You are free to eat from any tree in the garden, but you must not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, for when you eat from it, you will certainly die." The good Creator God gave the people one simple way of living: to trust Him, depend on Him, receive from Him. And for a time, everything was going according to His good plan. God was there with them all the time, speaking, guiding, caring. Everything was just as it should be. Then one day, a clever serpent hissed lies in the woman's ear. Did God really say that? The serpent twisted God's words. The woman became confused, choosing doubt instead of trust. The serpent tricked her into thinking that eating it would make her like God. But the truth was, she was already made in God's image. Adam and the woman chose to listen to the serpent over God. Then their eyes were opened, but not like the serpent said it would. They saw pain, shame, and fear for the first time. Their eyes closed to God's goodness, His plan, and His love. Panicking, when they heard God walking in the garden, they hid among the trees. "Where are you?" God called out gently to His friends. When Adam and the woman told God what they had done, God was sad. Instead of receiving all their needs from Him, they took matters into their own hands. The good Creator God still loved them, but the serpent's lie worked. There were consequences for their choice. It brought sin into the world. The world would no longer be perfect. Work would be hard. Life would be painful. A big divide came between the people and their Creator. They were not like Him. They were separated from Him. And they had to leave the garden, leave the presence of God. But before they left, God lovingly made clothes for them to cover their shame. He promised that someday He would make things right again. Someday He would undo their mistake and walk with them again. But before they left, something else happened. Adam gave the woman a new name. He called her Eve, which means the mother of all living. Her name changed because the story changed. Life would now continue outside the garden, and Eve would be the beginning of that future. Adam and Eve stepped out of Eden into a world that was harder, but not without hope. And even then, God was still with them. Adam was made to care for God's creation. And even when the garden was lost, God's love was not. Just like in the beginning, when Creator God loved His people, He loves you because He will always care for you. In the end, you were made for friendship with Him. Now you know the true story. Until we meet again, may you dream of heaven.